Welcome Traveler, I'm Free-to-Play and I'm your guide for successful free-to-play adventure on Terra. Today we'll discuss how good those seasonal units really are. So Millard is the real protagonist of the game, we all know that. But is he really that strong now with his EX buffs in comparison to JP? Let's find out. Normally his priority move is granting only one unit a barrier which can take 40% of the user's max HP, but now it will also reach the full front row on max boost, which is very strong if your enemy is unleashing an aura attack, a very strong move in exactly that turn. They also buffed his ultimate where he is now also acting faster that turn and buffing the physical defense and elemental defense of your full team including Millard. And when you defended exactly those units, and now comes the reason I pulled for him, you can now use his EN exclusive skill, which provides the full front row with 15% physical and elemental attack up, and if that shield is active, all of those units get 15% damage up actively, which is exactly the same damage up we have with Renew. And if you want to have the damage up right from the start, that's no problem, because Millard's passive gives the front row a shield to begin with, so you have 5 turns of increased damage at max boost from the start. So even for non-beginners, Millard EX can fit in your team instead of a tank, reducing the enemy's physical and elemental attack or heal the front row while doing 3 AoE ice attacks and having that enormous attack boost too. Additionally, he can be very useful for one tank or one DPS because he's either giving that DPS 4 BP and lots of SB on max boost or giving the tank lots of defense and once 50% damage reduction at max boost. So depending on your situation, you can use many of his skills to assist your compilations of characters the best. So especially at the start of the game, you don't have units covering that shield ability from the get-go, with any 3 or 4 star units, and Millard EX is the first one who generates a barrier like that to begin with. So we have lots of good hunters now. Why should we go for Lumis EX now? Let me just pick one of my strongest hunters now and make a comparison. Xanta's strongest attack is his 5-hit 55 potency attack, and hers, which if max boosted, hits once more than Xanta and is even stronger. 275 potency after 5 hits from Xanta is, by the way, just a little bit stronger than Lumis hitting 4 times without max boosting with 260 potency. But if you care about the shield shaving, then she can do that too. 8 times in a row with her ultimate. And there's also one more thing. She can attack all enemies at max boost with 5 times 65 potency, and that also hits lightning weakness, which is not elemental attack based, so it's based on her physical attack, which, well, can crit. What magic is not able to do right now. Talking about lightning, she can also lower lightning resistance down, and that will assist another very powerful unit who also arrived lately, Primrose EX, who's also able to do that. So you can cap the 30% lightning resistance down on enemies, and you can consider taking Prim to a battle with elemental attacks now too, with such a great force supporting her. But why does the thumbnail say she's a perfect starter? Well, that's because of 2 of her priority attacks, which are able to act before the enemy, except for the enemy coming out of the break, and can inflict blindness or paralysis with a very high chance. I don't use blind or paraprocs anymore, but I did a long time to beat enemies which were way too hard sometimes, and having a very high chance to make them miss attacks or being paralyzed just before they want to attack because of the priority of those attacks, that's just amazing. Her A4 accessory is also great, reducing even more lightning and bow resistance down, which is capping with Therese A4 or Xanta's too, depending on which enemies you're fighting. But just having her or Millard EX without any more awakening stones is fine by themselves, and those will benefit your travel through Terra in many situations. Though this channel is about to class up soon, less than 20 subscribers are needed for this channel reaching 3 stars, so please subscribe to the channel, and if you didn't already, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. See you next time, you're free to play.